I want to take you back to when you were 19 years old, the Baja 1000, 22 or more hours it takes to complete the race. Set the scene and explain what happened.
Yeah, that particular year, the race winner finished in 26 hours. I was early morning hours hoping the sun would come up, needing the sun to come up to keep me awake. And I fell asleep and crashed. And took a long time for my crew to find me.
And not just any crash though, right?
I was in the mountains, and when I went off the road, I knew the potential for a really bad situation was there. So the fear running through my veins, midair, tumbling in the air, wondering when I'm going to hit the ground and how far I'm going to fall. It was a moment I hope to never go through again. And luckily for me, it was just a ravine, and we tumbled down to the bottom of it, and no one was seriously injured. Although I thought at the time my co-rider was badly injured. He was just unconscious and wheezing, unfortunately. But once he came to and we got out of the truck and spent some time there, I did a lot of soul searching about how I raced then. And I learned a lot sitting in that desert all those hours.
I think 20 hours before the rescue team found you, that's been credited with one of the defining moments of your motorsports career. What is it that you thought about that really makes that so significant?
I was just young and dumb, and wasn't afraid to stand on the gas. Didn't care if I crashed. And I needed some of that flash to be recognized, and maybe I fell into that a little much. That particular year, that it was '95. That final race was, the anchor moment. But before that, I had crashed a bunch, made a lot of mistakes, and my career was kind of going in a bad direction because of all the mistakes. I was kind of viewed as a reckless driver, and maybe a driver that an owner wouldn't want in his equipment because you're always having to fix it. And '95, it changed me. And in dirt terms, when you flip and get upside down, it happens pretty often in the dirt. And I still had 3 years of racing after that on the dirt, and I never got upside down again, which in the off-road and dirt world in general, it's a pretty big statement. So it changed me, and then it helped me prepare and get ready for a cup career and long races. Before the desert racing, I raced in the stadiums, and they were short bursts, fast little races. Then I went to endurance racing with the Baja 1000. I wasn't ready for that. Cup racing and nationwide is a form of endurance racing. It's a 4-hour race. So I learned a lot and matured a lot, and it was needed.
24 years old, Busch Series race at Watkins Glen. You crashed so violently that many spectators thought you may be dead. Fortunately, you end up coming out just fine. But your close late friend, Blaze Alexander, in a different race, a different accident, was not so lucky. I would imagine that causes anybody to just think about the risk involved with racing. But what impact did that accident have on you?
For me, the Glen, there's two moments that scare me. One's that Baja 1000, the other one is the Watkins Glen race where the brakes went out. And I was just fortunate to have a soft wall. A series of soft walls stopped my car. Blaze was one of 5 drivers that we lost in a 12-month, 16-month period of time. And, Adam Petty I knew well, Blaze Alexander. We lost Kenny Irwin, which I didn't know all that well, but I knew Tony Roper very well. And then Earnhardt, of course I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. So to watch 3 guys that I knew well pass, it rocked me, and not only me, but I think all of motorsports, and especially when Dale passed, we started to make a lot of changes at that point. But as a driver, going through that stretch, watching friends, leave you, it rocked me, it rocked everybody. And just thankful that we've ended up where we are today with all the safer barriers and head and neck restraints and seats and all that we have.